Hey guys, today we're going to be getting the Mazda GTX out of where it is outside. I'm going to swap places with it and the Safari so that it can be in the garage. I'm going to pull the alternator out of it and see if I can find out why it's not working. Something's come off or something like that, so that's today's mission. What I'm going to do is just drive it straight off. I did actually do what I didn't want to do, and because there's a bit of weight and we've had a bit of rain, the bloody ground's soft and I'm not even skidding, but this thing has a real tight diff, especially when it's in 4 low, which I do use to just pull slowly and in control. Bloody tears up my bloody lawn. Gee whiz. Better not do this more than twice. Finally got it in the little outdoor carport. Man, that was a bit of a mission, eh? That probably took a couple of hours. And oh, the lawn's not too bad. Lawn's alright. So yeah, finally. Kinda, you can't even see it. Oh dear. First thing we're going to do is clean out my shed, because I hate working in messy areas, and there's like shit all over the floor. Dust, you can't probably see it too well in the camera, but little shit like that everywhere. So I'm just going to go through and blast with a bit of air, blast it all out. Right, well, as you can probably not see, it's actually heaps cleaner. So now there's no shit. Man, there's so much like sand. I don't know where sand came from, but far out, when it blew, like it blended into the ground, when I blew it out, it all piled up, and there's probably like, oh, maybe a cup of sand through the whole floor. I don't know where it's come from. Alright, so basically we're in the shed now, obviously. And I've jacked it up. It's pretty much going to be coming out from underneath. I've got a torch under there, so let's boost under and have a bit of a geeze. So that's it there. So I got the wheel off. I'm gonna take that shaft there out. Hopefully I don't drop any gearbox fluid in doing it. Rip the wheel off, get the shaft out, and then bam, get out of my car. Oh, I might even, oh nah. Or maybe, once the shaft's out, it might actually come out there, eh? I was thinking I'll rip this off, but I reckon the shaft out of the way, and this light makes the video wavy, hey? Yeah, no good. So I'm gonna do a front main and a rear main, pull the gearbox off at one point. Front main, rear main, do a time about the water pump, because the water pump's gone. Like, it's still all good, but that belt's really loose. I wonder if that's all that it is. Maybe it just needs adjusting. Yeah. Anyway, out you goes. So we got it pretty much out. It's all just sitting there now. That needs to go up under there like that. So yeah, she's pretty much all out. Got that just zip tied to the coil over there. So I'm just trying to take out the bolts that connect the shaft to the block, and then out comes the shaft, easy as. while it's out, I might see if I can reboot it. But I'm working just down there. So yeah, there you go, bit of an update. We are making progress. It's all come apart real easy too, like really not a lot to it. So hopefully from here on it's still sweet ass. Check it out. Do I have shit on my face? Oh no, I did alright. So I've had to change my approach. I've had to get the car right over so that when I pulled the shaft out, it didn't lose all my diff oil, because I don't want to replace that. So I just thought I'll just lean the car right over. Far out, what a mess. Nah, it's not even too bad. Like once I undone the bolts, the shaft fell out. There's no, I don't think there's a circlip in there. I can't see one. Oh, that thing I thought about earlier is nothing, that's okay. Yeah, sweet. So now we're just gonna loosen off the belt, undo all the bolts, drop the alternator down. I reckon she'll fit through that hole we've got right there. And then I'll shoot down the JAS and figure out if this is an 80 amp or a 90 amp and then go and replace it. And then boom, put this thing back together. Then at least I can drive it, you know? Then at least I can raise it up so it's legal, because I think it's about 90 mil off the ground at the moment. So yeah, I'll do that. And then then at least I can use it. And then once I've done that, I'll just piece it off one bit by at a time. There's a bit of a bog job under that wrap back there, so I'm gonna pull all this wrap off, go through the whole car. I've got a compressor now and water trap, so I'll just be painting it myself. No real big deal. Got all the mud flaps, I'll put them back on because cars look sick with mud flaps, I like them. I found out one thing real sick. Found out these aren't rotors or work like I thought. They are though. Genuine 3-piece. Look at that. Yeah, no, I'll just keep plodding along. And then, yeah, next is the alternator, and that's the easy part. Honestly, it's just all nuts and bolts now. So I've got access, I've made room. Check it out, little vented slotted, dimple slotted brakes. Yeah. The brakes need bleeding. There's air in the ABS pump. So like the brakes are horrible. They do stop, but they're horrible. But I'll just show you underneath this car because, man, there's no, most of these are held, like screwed. Bit of surface rust right there, but nothing a wire brush and some chassis black won't fix. But if you look at this chassis, far out, it's not been touched on anything either side. Either side, this chassis is sick. Look at that. Yeah, no, she's mint, bro. Drive shaft's got no dings in it. Oh, that's the drive shaft there. No dings in it. Check out the size. What is that? A 3-inch exhaust? All the way through. White line sway bars back there. What do we got over here? We got brand new Nolithane bushings, front and rear. There's our front one. Yeah, we got a muffler here. And then boom, straight pipe out to the back. We've got a muffler at the back, so it's got 2 mufflers in it. Be legal, but it just looks sick. Pretty happy with it, eh? She's climbing under here. I didn't know if it'd be good or bad, and I'd seen the surface rust when I was, you know, having an eyeball under here, and I was like, oh shit, what am I in for? But no, I'm really happy. Like, as you can see, this chassis not even been scraped over driveways or anything, and I'm pretty good with that. The sills are sweet. Looks like the rust is just in the guard. Like, there's a bit of rust there, but that's actually a part of the guard, so it's not structural at all. Alright, so I started this job at lunchtime. It was like 11:58 and it's 12:54, so an hour. Oh man, an hour to get this out. Mind you, I was on the floor. Yeah, once I've got that and it's actually charging, then I'm going to work on pulling this thing apart in there, dash, find out why the high beams work when I pull them back, but they don't stay on, and I've got no indicators. So it's probably due to the hazard lights up here being a bit buggered. Might be a plug that they left off because they've had this dash out and swapped it because the other one had a shitty top. And then I want to find out why the tilt doesn't work on the sunroof, because as I said earlier, that would be gangster if it tilted. And then, yeah, 5-stud hubs. Probably not going to put them on because I have to spend money to put rotors and shit on, and I bugger that. So I got real lucky with this whole indicator jazz, because when I got the car, they didn't work. But what I've noticed is the hazard light was broken, and it was in that position there. So if I push it down, hazard lights come on, and lift it up, they turn off. But still got no indicator. So if I lift it up, I get my indicators back. Far out. So that's that sorted. That was nice and easy, wasn't it? The other thing I've noticed is I had no park lights because there was no bulb in it. So I thought, well, do I even have power?
Do I even have power?
So I do. So it turns out I just need bulbs and I will have park lights. Ah, I can check it out. Push this button. No way. Oh yeah. So I've got the sunroof to tilt, which is what I wanted. Just take these rubbers off. I think that looks sick. Yeah, going through. Now going off this, they've had an alarm in the car. And this weird relay that shouldn't have been there, and I've got earths for alarms. I've got wires from what I can assume to be ignition to power the alarm. These are original speaker wires which have been replaced with these massive things. Don't know where that goes, but it's a factory plug, so it should go somewhere. Track down the light source to be inside the gauge. I've got power all the way to it. That's the vacuum from the manifold. So now I'm just going to put it back together. I'll get another gauge. When I put a sound system in it, I'm going to go through all this wire and pull it all out and just start completely from scratch, because I know that all you need is a power from the battery, an accessory wire from the ignition, and a blue amp wire to your amp, remote wire. Yeah, and while I'm in here, there's not many wires, so I'll go through and tidy it up. All the bright red ones are all aftermarket, so once I rip all them out, and I know 2 of them are for the speaker. Alright guys, it's another day. Hey! Oh, where's my love? Come here and love me. Hello. Alright, okay. I guess that's all I'm gonna get. How's that view? Look at that. Love living here. We get the best views. It's the nice shiny new one. Alright, so nothing's ever as straightforward as it should be. This is the setup from that one. This is the setup from this one. And Kazi. So as you can see, not the right ones. Many hours later, I have it on. The only other thing that's different is the B positive plug. The one off this one and this one is that big. I have it in, because all I've got to do now, put the belt on. Yeah, get the belt on, and then I can adjust it, and then once it's adjusted I'm going to tighten everything up and then make that plug, and that'll be that. Then we test it. I could test it without that. I just run a lead off that positive right there, that nut. I've just run a lead off that, so I could do that right after putting the belt on. I don't have to have that plug plugged in, because that's only a signal for the charge light, and the other one runs the power to the car, so I don't need that plugged in. I just need it spinning. So once that's done, I'll then know if I've got electricity. Pretty much just hooked it up. I haven't got the main B positive wire on the back of the alternator yet, because as you said, I don't have the terminal for it yet, so I'm going to pick one of them up tomorrow. So I've just put my tester on the output of the alternator output, started the car, and it ran 16.1 volts, and as soon as I put the power to the car will drain it down to about 14.4 or so. So I just ran off that bolt there and left the car's harness, where is it? It's just sitting there, not touching anything. So I've got all this back together. Next thing, I'm going to put that back under the bonnet, because I don't like the beam there. I've said that the whole time. Yeah, so pretty happy with having that done. So I said I wouldn't do this, and I was gonna finish the video yesterday, but I carried on and I had a bit of a win. So yesterday we were up to was I fitted the alternator and got it all wired up, but the power lead wasn't right, so I got some 8mm eyelets and put it on. So that's it there. New alternator tucked in there. Way out the back, it was a bit fun to get to. Got the front end back together. I've removed the ridiculous HIDs this thing had. God, they were, I did not like them at all. So I'm very glad to get them out. Replaced them with some 100% extreme bulbs. I've also got the park lights working. They didn't work. So I've got a little jig set up with my little voltmeter. Oh, I like the sound of that. So all I've got to do now is replace this switch panel here. So I haven't got the boost gauge light working because we've discovered that there's an issue in the gauge. Got the indicators working. I've got the lights. I'm heaps happy with these lights. They look equal. You just have to take my word on that. I've got the license plate lights going because they weren't working. So they work now. So if I pull the high beam on and then turn it off, you can see it dims down. So that's a sure sign the alternator's working. But to double check that, let's sit him here. That onto there. 13.7 volts, I'm pretty happy with that. So that's straight at the battery, which is all the way at the back of the car, so it'd be about 13.9 at the pier, maybe around there. If you've watched this video the whole way through, I appreciate the support. My goal is to just make videos and have fun until we start building this. This is going to be some real good content because it's going to be a heap of fun building that. Thank you for watching all the way through. Thank you for subscribing and following. It's awesome making these videos, and I'll get better. I'll get better. See you in the next one. See.